right, and welcome back to another episode of Blatant with me, Dame Helen Mirren, and as usual, our co-host, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hello, Daniel. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis.
You Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hello, Dame Helen Mirren.
Haven't seen you in a while. How's the acting going? All right. Haven't seen you since Gangs of New York. What else have you released since 1998?
Well, did that come out in 1998?
I think so. 2000.
Yeah, since then I've done There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah, that was it was a great one. Lincoln. It's about the first guy in space.
It's about the first Lincoln Continental.
Oh, nice, great
Cool car.
Speaking of cars, I want to jump straight into our first topic of the day, which is shitty cars in South Africa. And I feel like we're bringing in too many shitty cars, and no one's really approving these and saying, "Whoa, we don't want this on our roads."
What do you mean approving them?
Approving in terms of these things are breaking down and they're crap and they look ugly. They rattle. Have you ever been in a Proton Savvy? And I'm saying this.
Even that name makes me go. No, I haven't. That's like the setup for a joke.
Well, I was getting there, and you started laughing too much. So I'm like kind of justifying what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't bring these cars in because I think they're crap. It's because I know they're crap. And I was inside a Proton Savvy. This was about 9 years ago, because when you go in one, you don't want to go in one again.
Right.
And this guy, I was at a party, and I was like 17, 18, I can't remember. And he said, "Yo, cool guys, let's go listen to music in my car." I was like, "Cool, you got a sub and all the sound system. Let's go, bro. I want to listen." And it was a Proton Savvy. And he had so many speakers and subs in this car. It took up more space than you could sit anywhere. He actually had it customized in the back seat of the middle, so only 2 people could sit in the back. And there was a sub kind of built in fiberglass in. I swear to God. And I think
fiberglassed in, like there was like a proper custom job.
Yeah, no, genuine, proper custom. And he went through all of this in a Proton Savvy. I'm like,
yeah, that I don't understand. Like that people spend more money on they fuck up the insurance as well. Like so, if you like outfit your car or mod your car or whatever. Like the insurance value goes, your insurance premium goes up, but you'll never be able to sell that piece of shit car, and no one's going to be able to insure it either, because who the fuck wants a Proton Savvy with like a shitty sound system?
Yeah.
Because all of those sound systems are shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, no one's buying like Bose and Harman Kardon and putting that in. You're buying Sony and JBL and stuff where you think, "I got Sony." You're like, yeah, but you don't have.
But also, it's in a fucking car, so it doesn't matter how good the sound system is. It's still in a fucking car and it rattles. It goes zzz, zzz. Like when you're next to that car and that guy's listening to his music, it's like just grrr, grrr. You're driving next to it and you're hearing these fucking door panels rattle, and you know that the guy's hearing is fucked as well, because he's essentially just, why doesn't he just take a hammer and beat an oil drum next to his head for an hour, because that's the effect.
Yeah, and he always asks you about your opinion, like, what do you think? It's quite nice.
And you're like, no, you are functionally deaf, my friend.
And as you're bleeding, as it's like grey matter pouring out your ears.
So is this really a car problem, or is it this particular Proton Savvy?
I think it is a car problem. I just thought I'd start with that. And what I wanted to add to that, so as we were sitting in this guy's car, I was in the back seat, he was in the front with his sticky at the time. He's probably left him because he had a Proton. And at the back there were you get those little plastic ashtrays that you still see in some cars that you pull out and you can ash in it till you close it. Right. And I pulled it out and I broke it, and I didn't tell him. I promise you. But I didn't pull hard. I was just like fiddling. I'm like, because when you're lying through your teeth, that's a nice car. I like the logo.
Was it a new Proton Savvy?
It was new at the time. I think he had it. The guy had it for a couple of months.
What?
And I broke it. And that's it. Just from fiddling, I was just like, cool. And as I pulled it, it broke. He didn't hear it because the sound system was booming, like really loud. And I kind of just like leaned it in there, and I could feel it was loose, and carried on with my life. Which leads me to believe that there's more than one thing that'll break in a car with a slight pull or a tug or a touch. Everything's. You said the thing about it's rattling when the speakers are blasting. Yeah. That car's rattling without the sound system. You know what I mean? As you're driving it, there's just pieces of Proton ready to fall out and decay away.
I heard that the Chinese cars are getting better though. Like the new Bakis that they're bringing out, some of them look fucking horrific. Like those Indian Mahindra
is probably the K. I think it's the KUV or the KV100.
The ugliest shit. I don't know where they get their design. Like, does their design team like Google car? And they're like, and they get like a clip art from the 90s, and they're like, yes, this is what a car looks like. Cool, we'll make this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, our car looks like this clip art. Like, it's a piece of shit, like this.
And they
don't look at BMW for some reason, like, or like, I don't know, decent-ish looking cars. They look at like weird, I don't know, it's kind of like a Bollywood movie compared to, it's like what people in India think movies should look like Hollywood movies. Like,
it's the same. That's
this is what we
cars
think
should look like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Keep in mind, those are the same guys that are busy asking for pictures of Bob and Virginie. You know what I mean? Those guys that ask for those.
What are you talking about?
Have you ever seen the Bob and Virginie memes?
No.
Dude, if anyone there has got 9gag or social media ever, so one of the biggest memes like the last
I'm sure people
4 or
out
5
there
years,
have social media.
way out there, 9gag is
9gag.
So the IT
You still use
guys,
9gag?
I still do. Yo,
Shit,
whenever
your meme is weak, bro.
No, we'll
Why
get
aren't
to
you
that
on
now.
fucking Reddit? Reddit's
No, I'm
better
on there
than
as well,
9gag.
but it's too much crap. I
4chan.
just like pictures.
4chan.
So the Bob and Virginie thing, I really can't believe you don't know this, is just another way of saying boob and vagina. Because those are the guys, when they're on IT and all the stuff they say, whenever they see like a pretty white girl or whatever,
Yeah.
please send pictures of your boobs and vagina.
Oh,
And
yeah.
over time, it's turned into boob and vagina, boob and Virginie, Bob and Virginie. And that's the joke. And there's heaps of them. Just type in Bob and Virginie.
It's true though, like my sister.
It really is.
No, I'm gonna say, but like my sister, when she first got, you know, when Facebook first came out,
Yeah.
people weren't really sure what it is. Like, you'd make friends with people in other countries. You thought, oh, cool, we can make friends with people, whatever. And like but even now, a woman's Facebook feed is just Indian guys, like, friending them and sending
Yeah.
them messages like, hey, you are pretty.
Yeah, or not even that. That's really good English. You're being too kind. Like, hey, you pretty? Bob and Virginie? Question mark.
But why? Does it ever work? It must work. I'll tell you why.
It must have, yeah.
It must work because if you are this guy, right, and you eat, I mean, why not? If you just message 500 women, maybe one or a million, maybe one day one will send you. It's like maybe one day. Who knows?
It makes sense. It's you're making your odds higher. So if you're gonna ask 5 girls, they'll also know. If you, like you said, if you ask 500 girls,
100,
maybe
maybe
5,000. There's one girl out there who's
yeah.
or like the local village bicycle. I mean, how many deep slopes do you know that probably went to high school or,
But the other
or
problem,
university? And they'll be like, yes, listen, nobody here in South Africa wants to fuck me. I've been through everything. I've smashed all the guys. I've smashed gingers. I've smashed people like triple APTs. Like I went to the zoo and fucked a gorilla. Where do I go to next?
and then
Boom, boom. You get a message.
she now knows
She now knows
this guy.
this guy. And then she's like,
I think
well,
that
I mean, he's quite handsome because, I mean, Indian guys are well groomed.
they
Really, really well
often
groomed.
they have a thin moustache.
Yeah.
All of them have a thin moustache.
Yeah.
And I'm sure not all Indians have a thin moustache. It's just these specific.
Yeah, the
Facebook
IT guys,
guys.
the Facebook IT creeper,
Yeah, they
stalker guys.
they always have this, and like a weird photo of them is slightly underexposed.
Yeah, and a little bit grainy, but
Yeah.
it's not like framed or anything. It's
I don't know if they went back in time
Yeah.
to like the early 90s or whenever these photos were taken.
Yeah, or they'll be in the background and it's like, there's a picture of me. Oh, you're that handsome guy in the front. And you go like zoom in and there's a guy there. You know when the camera makes your eyes go red or white, you can't see anything? Like that's his picture. And for some girl to say, yeah, I'd fuck him. I'll send you pictures of my Bob and Virginie is it's lowballing. So
But what is the appeal though? Like to get pictures of like naked bits, like from a girl.
yeah.
Because you can just get them on the internet. I don't know if you know that, Brian, but the internet's full of naked women if you search for it.
It is, and it makes me think like you can watch.
What's the appeal of? I mean, I kind of get the appeal that like you'd want somebody to send them, but just for you.
Yes.
I also so if somebody's gonna send me nude pictures. I want like a newspaper with today's head. You know, it's got to be like today's date.
Yes.
Newspaper, so that I know that those photos were actually. I want them to be like Polaroids taken and posted to me.
Shit.
That's what I want.
Getting expensive, but
because
that makes it
then you
legit.
know it's just for you.
Yeah, and I think that
Only
is
copy.
That is the appeal. You can go onto YouPorn or whatever, and you can look at the same picture, and that girl's boobs have been looked at by 10 million people.
Yeah.
And I think these guys, they're over that. Like, listen, we've been through all sorts of porn. We've seen it all. 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
One guy, one jar.
Yeah, lemon party, blue waffle. These are, so go Google these guys.
Blue waffle's fake though.
Blue waffle, yeah. But I mean, the
I
concept.
was very disappointed when I heard that the
Yeah.
blue waffle was.
But I mean, did you see the blue waffle picture? It still makes you.
Yeah, it's still.
So it is. It's the exclusivity thing that these guys. You try. You cast a lot of fishing lines, and if you get one fish, you're like, well, that. If you catch a fish, you're quite proud of yourself. If you
It doesn't matter what size that fish is.
It doesn't matter. You stoked. If you go to the shops, you buy fish fingers. You fucking lame. Everyone can do that. So
Yeah.
you catch a fish, you feel proud. You get boobs and vagine sent to you. You're like, hey, and he'll go and show his friends, and they'll all be like, no way, and then they'll try. That wasn't what we were talking about. We were talking about cars. We went way off topic there.
Yes.
But I mean, you get what I'm saying with
About
that.
cars. Or Bob and Jean.
Bob and vagine. You have to look at it, guys.
Hi, Bob. Okay, anyway, so cars.
To get back
what
to cars,
about
it was
cars?
Proton Savvy. I'm done hating on that. I feel bad. You get, so, like, just there's an influx of shit coming in. We've had Tata for quite a while.
But Tata is good. They own fucking one of those fancy
Yeah, they own a lot of big people, but we're not talking about who they own. Just a Tata. Have you ever been in a Tata Indica? Have you ever seen one? A, it's an eyesore. B, if you see
So
one
your
at the-
biggest problem is that they all are. It's like.
hideous.
Do you know what it is? I think they make these cars fucking ugly on purpose because it's like a symbol that says this is a cheap car. Like, so people come
Yeah.
to expect to know what a cheap car is supposed to look like. So, like, if they could make it look like, I don't know, a fucking BMW.
Yes.
But make it at a lower price. Why wouldn't they? Well, the reason they wouldn't is because people probably would overlook those cars before they look at the price. They probably go, I need a cheap car, so I must get a thing that looks like a cheap car.
Yes. But
Have you ever thought about that, Byron?
I have, but what you said is
No,
happening.
you haven't. You liar. Don't lie.
What
I've
you-
just said something I think quite smart. Now
No.
you've just shot it down.
There's
Oh,
a-
I have thought about
there's
that.
a
You
first time
haven't.
for
Fuck
everything.
off. You haven't.
Top Gear did this in an episode many moons ago, 5-6 years ago, where they went to China and the whole episode was about the mimicking or the copying of cars. So if you know what a 3 Series looks like,
Yes.
the
I
standard
do
3
know
Series
what
right now.
a 3 Series.
So these guys in China, I don't know what warehouse or what car company it is, they're making their vehicles look almost 70 to 90% like a BMW. The lights, the body, literally.
Yeah.
But they shamelessly call it something else and still push it out there. We don't get those cars here because I think there's laws that stop that from happening. I don't know, you know more about the grown-up paperwork than me.
Yeah,
so you don't see them here, but they're making mimics of Hummers, mimics of BMWs, cars that you know what a Mercedes looks like. We don't get them here. We just get the ones that don't look like anything really. That's their own unique pieces of shit, like the Protons, the Tatas.
Yeah, but I think they
the
look cheap on
GWMs.
purpose. I think they're meant to look like that.
I think they are meant to look like that. You're not going to have these designers that you're paying millions of rand for, like when the guy
don't need-
purchases the Mercedes guy goes to BMW and then gets paid I don't know how much a year just so he can do this flare on the headlights. Be like, wow, revolutionary. These are just guys that are rookie car designers.
I must be honest with you. There is almost nothing that excites me in a car. Nothing.
Nothing.
Cars are purely functional for me.
I think I'm with you. I mean,
I don't get the love of cars. It's like the love of a cell phone or the love of. I don't get it. There's nothing. I don't want to say Indians love cars, but they do love cars.
They do love cars.
The Indian people love cars.
but they take pride in their cars.
Yeah,
and
but why is it that I don't? What's wrong with me?
Can I say something quite ugly? And it affects both of us.
Yeah.
You, me, both can't afford nice cars. We can't.
Even
afford
if I
luxury
could, I
cars.
don't think I would. Why are we shining this light into the corner and not there?
Oh no, it looks great.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, check there. No,
Alright.
that's going to be in the episode. Doesn't look, yeah, man, it's balanced.
Okay.
So I had a Mazda Sting, as you know, for like 8 years, and I actually really enjoyed the car. Practical, it never really fucked out of me or anything.
Did it have air conditioning?
Yeah,
Well, then what else? I did have airbags though.
yeah, and it just two.
Well, fuck the passengers.
So, and then I changed and I drive a Suzuki Swift, as some of you guys will know. It's a really great car, really basic, and I got it because I can afford it. If I had more money, I would have got something a little bit better, but I agree with you. I don't think I would have bought a car where I have to pay an excess of more than 3.5 a month. I think if you pay more than $3,000 a month for a car, I don't want to say fucking idiot, but I'm thinking about saying it.
there are some people who have like
Yeah, you
cell
pay-
phones that they're paying
Exactly.
$3,000 a month for.
So it's impractical, and like you said, a car is just depreciates from day one. It's not an asset. There's no, you only need it to get places. There is no other need for a car. I get that.
Yeah.
But there's comforts you want to see in a car. There's things that you can have in your car that'll make it more pleasant.
Like wheels.
No, man, like a USB port so you can listen to music. If you're driving to Durban,
Oh, how much does that cost to install
if
into
you're
a car?
driving to Durban, would there be something you'd want in your car that you didn't have to make that trip more pleasant?
Yes.
Prostitute.
A cable that doesn't fuck out.
Okay, well, yeah. Okay, well,
Like,
stop buying them from the side of the road. That's your. That's your.
No, like it doesn't matter what little fucking stereo jack cable you buy or where you buy it from. Eventually, it fucks out. So maybe Bluetooth, but Bluetooth is shit. So I'd rather have a cable than Bluetooth.
Well, that's what I said USB. I put all my music into USB.
No, fuck that. I'd play it off my phone. But the problem is Bluetooth is shit because it never works.
Yes.
It's the worst technology that's ever been invented.
Agreed.
It never fucking works.
It's sketchy.
It's so fucking infuriating.
I don't use infrared.
And always, if you try and connect your fucking Bluetooth to a fucking Bluetooth speaker, some fuckface has got his phone already connected, but nobody knows who it is. So the thing, so you're trying to play, nobody's playing music, so you're trying to connect to this thing, it just goes searching. You might as well just say, fuck you, you can search for the rest of your life, it's never gonna happen. And then you fucking search, and then you're pairing, and then every fucking asshole at the party or wherever the fuck you are is standing around this fucking thing like worshipping this Bluetooth speaker because the fucking thing won't play and you're going, fuck, I just want to play some fucking cool whatever. And then some guy's like, oh, sorry, I'm still paired. I'm still paired.
Yeah.
Why can't the Bluetooth, why isn't there a button on the fucking Bluetooth speaker that says unpair this fucking guy? Just off. So I suppose there are some that have that.
I suppose there are some, yeah.
But none of mine. Sorry that I'm now ranting about it. I'm not sorry.
You know what? I get irritated as well when you're at a party and you're like, cool guys, I got a nice rock and roll playlist, 70s to 90s playlist. Can I play it? Yes. Then some cunt walks in there and he's like, guys, I've got this cool Kendrick Lamar song, just came out. You've got to disconnect your Bluetooth, then play that fucking game you just spoke about to try and get him to play the Kendrick Lamar song. And when it's done, away, he gets credits, high fives, and you put yours back on. It's like a half an hour process.
Yeah.
And it grinds my and your tits.
Exactly. That's why, but if you had a fucking cable, plug it in. But now they've taken the fucking headphone jack off just about every new phone.
Yeah.
It's now a fucking feature.
Yeah.
A feature. Oh, it's got a headphone jack. You know that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So a thing that it had like 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
Okay, but anyway.
And then to get back to cars, and what else do you think you would have in your car to make it a more pleasant journey? What I wanted to add to that was some cars with the money and the price going up, you can get the media player built in there. And that media player
don't want that.
Has like a terabyte of storage. So hear me out. Let me finish for 2 seconds. So you're not using the Bluetooth, you're not using the aux or the USB. It's just in there already, and you can play and search and tap. Are you not willing to spend money to get something like that in your car?
No.
You're okay with fucking around with the aux cable?
I'll tell you why.
50-50.
Because any of those media fucking things, they've got some absolute bottom feeder developer developing the software for that, like an absolute retard developing that, and they have awful touch screens because they're not putting in money with it. They're not putting they're not putting in like the same screen that's on an iPhone 10. It's like they might as well just make it buttons. They might as well actually not do anything. They might as well have a child draw the fucking interface and then just you in your mind pretend that, well, this could be an interface. No, it's bullshit.
And you play the song
it's
in your head.
terribly badly done. And there's no point because so now you've got to download all your what are you putting on there? What media are you putting on there? Songs, yeah. Okay, so why don't you just...
That's about it. Not
okay,
movies.
so you want an MP3 player with a big screen, is what you're talking about.
And you can pay 20 grand for it. You feel like a boy.
Yeah, but you've already paying 20 grand a month for your phone, so just have a thing where your phone interfaces with that thing. Like, yeah, I can get if it's a screen and then it like connects your phone, that's fine. But anything where a car company isn't doing car shit, they shouldn't be involved at all.
I agree.
Like, don't build things. If you're a car company and you're building things that are not car, don't do it because it's bad. Like integrated. I was in a Range Rover the other day. Now, what the fuck does a Range Rover cost, Byron?
Over $1 million.
So I was in a Range Rover the other day because a guy I know has a Range Rover.
Fancy.
Very important.
You know,
person.
fancy people.
So he's got a Range Rover, and the fucking interface, which is just the GPS, really. I don't know what else, and you can connect your phone to it. But this car is like a new car, and it's really expensive. But this interface looks like it's out of the 90s, or I don't know where the fuck. And it probably costs you 30 grand or whatever to put it in there in the first place.
Yeah, and you'd expect a company like Land Rover to outsource that to
to a company that knows what they're doing. I don't know where I don't know who they outsource. I think they outsource it to like literally the cheapest guy they found on Alibaba. They're like, well, who does this? Who can install this for us? The same guy that installed that fucking sound system in the Proton is probably the same company that's doing this shit in these high-end cars.
So what looked bad about this media player? Did you try to interact with it? Was it?
Yeah, the guy's like banging his finger fucking through it. He might as well be. He nearly shoved his whole hand through the center console.
He fisted his media player
because it's so bad. Like my phone works. The cheapest phone now.
Yeah.
I can, you can swipe right for eternity on Tinder on the cheapest phone. Nothing ever happens, obviously, but you can. Like, it actually works, and the things move. You can scroll up and down on the phone. All works on that thing. Nothing works.
You end up just losing your shit.
And then you just end up plugging your phone in.
And he was probably ready to say, hey, and check this out. So it does. And
or it's got a keyboard. The best is the keyboard that it has.
Fuck the keyboard,
and it's not QWERTY. It's A, B, C, D. It's like, where did this keyboard come from?
Is there a QWERTY? Can you change it? Did he choose that?
I don't know. This one didn't have that. I've seen this in another one.
Fucking hell.
The first GPSs, those fucking old Garmins. Do you remember them? Where you had to type in the street address and it wasn't a QWERTY keyboard. It was fucking ABC.
Yeah. And as well, every third time you push it recognizes the letter. Yeah.
That is what this console was. So fuck that. No.
That's disgraceful. That's quite hectic.
So no, actually, the car can just have an auxiliary input. That's all I want.
If you've got a Proton or a Range Rover, get on with your life. Just make sure you've got an aux cable. Yeah. Fuck the media system.
But the aux cable won't work anyway. So, and then eventually you have to, like in my car, like the aux cable has to sort of, I have to bend it in a certain angle.
Like wedge it in with something, and then press stick, and then the passenger has to hold it there.
Yeah, could you just hold it?
Hold and turn it? Okay, let's go.
Oh, exactly.
So, in conclusion about the shitty car thing, if you were given 100,000 Rand,
I wish,
and a whack of TNT, and you could blow up one shitty car just for shits and gigs, what would it be?
Why would I need the 100,000 Rand though?
So you can buy the car. So you get the satisfaction of buying a new shitty car and blowing it up.
But only 100,000 Rand. Like, what car can you? Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Second hand is fine.
Okay.
Like 100 Rand. Here's a stick of TNT. All I want you to do is blow this car up and enjoy yourself.
That's a good question. I would buy a Kia Picanto.
Ooh, excellent.
Yeah, because they've tricked a lot of women into buying that car.
Yeah.
And I cannot understand. For 100 grand, you can buy a second-hand, like 2012 or 13 Honda Jazz, but instead you're buying a Kia Picanto.
Did they almost trick you? Were you on?
No. I had an ex-girlfriend who bought a fucking Kia Picanto, and I was like,
and that's why she's now.
No, this is okay. So
tell me,
this girl, like, we have like a 500-hour-long conversation about what car to buy. And I'm like being Mr. fucking practical, know,
giving all the advice.
Give all the fucking advice. Don't buy a new car because it's ridiculous.
Don't buy French. Don't buy Italian.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and I'm saying, you know what? You just get a Honda Jazz or if you can get a Toyota. Or I'm trying to give like practical man advice. I'm trying to be a man.
Toyota.
Next thing, brand new Kia Picanto.
Yeah.
And then they have the ribbon on the front and the idiot picture on Facebook.
Brand new.
Brand fucking new Kia. Like,
she paid for that ribbon.
Anytime I see anytime I see somebody on fucking Facebook and it's them at some shitty car dealership and their car with a bow on it, and I'm going, yeah, you're dumb. You know that bow is included in the price.
Yeah, the bow's like $1,000.
And that guy who's just totally fucking ripped you off is smiling.
And you know what they were? Yeah. And the best is I've got a few friends that sell cars, so and hopefully they watch this and you know what fuck ups you are. And the other thing that always cringes me, and I've seen it in everyone, is that awkward handshake. But they don't stand close to each other. So it's like where our camera is here, there's the car, and this guy standing like this far, and the woman's down there. And they shake hands, and they smile like that. Just
over the bonnet.
Over the bonnet. And she's smiling like, fuck, I gotta pay this thing off for the next 72 months. And he's smiling like,
72 months, that's lucky.
Yeah. No,
it's many more months than that.
So you get 60, 72. What's the...
People are paying off those cars for like, well, I know how many... Yeah.
No, I'm
72 months is like, how many years?
6 years, 7 years.
Oh, okay, no, that's reasonable.
Can you do the maths quick?
That's insane.
Yeah. So I'm paying my car for 60 months. I know, I'm a piece of shit. I need it. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, but I mean, your
months.
car's just a normal car.
My car's basic. It's a 1.4 litre. I bought it second hand. It's a 2015 model. Like I said, I'm chilled. It works. It's nice. It's got electric windows. That's about it. It's a fucking Suzuki, which is still a pretty reliable car, but it's not
Japanese car. Good
It's
car.
a Japanese car. It's a good car.
Yes, we got to stop talking about fucking cars.
We got to stop, but it was fucking funny. That's done. So thanks for the car segments. Any car?
Thanks, Byron. Thanks for the car segment. Good.
Tune in next week when we talk about Hammond's haircut. That was my poor impression of it. I believe you had an interesting topic, but I need you to ease me into it because it's of a very adult nature.
Well, okay, but it's not adult. It's just like something an adult would do.
It's something an adult would do, which is it's the fitness and how too
Yeah,
much fitness
man.
can make you.
I was on fucking Facebook, and I only read Facebook to get angry now.
Yeah.
Like pretty much.
If you're in a good mood, you're like, how can I
fuck up my day? Oh, I know. I'll go to Facebook because Facebook has just turned into like an absolute cesspool of like the worst things.
Yeah.
Facebook is the worst thing in the world. Like it's just filled with the worst people.
Yeah.
I don't know these people. I apparently know them, but Facebook only feeds me. Maybe it's because I have so much hate clicking that Facebook now thinks that these are the people and the things I'm interested in. But it's actually like, I hate this shit. I'm like, fuck you, let me read about how much I hate this idea. Yeah.
The more you hate it, the more you're actually getting sent to you. And you're just getting...
So I'm just being served up a bunch of shit by complete libtard assholes constantly. So there's this newspaper article that I read. It was published in The Guardian or something. And it's this woman who wrote this thing about how fitness, bragging about fitness, your own personal fitness, will inevitably lead to you being right-wing. Like, that's the statement.
Okay.
And then she writes this long article, like this fucking long article, and I don't know how she gets to the point, actually. It doesn't make sense. So essentially she says, if you brag about personal fitness, you are essentially saying that you are superior to people who are not fit, like fat losers or whatever.
Right.
No, not that I'm Mr. Fitness.
Yeah.
But, you know, like...
Me neither, I got tits.
But this idea that being an obese troll is somehow okay, it's not. You're going to die of, like, horrible diabetes. But, like, we're trying to normalize the fact that being like that woman on the cover of... Have you seen that land whale on the cover of Cosmopolitan?
No.
What?
No. Sorry, when you said land whale, it's just...
And, like, dude, she weighs about...
No, I haven't. I don't...
200 kilograms. And, she's in a bikini on the cover of Cosmopolitan. She takes up... Look, I don't want to say the whole cover, but almost the whole cover.
So what...
But anyway, So the idea is that if you're fit, you're going to be bragging about how fit you are, which leads you to believe you're superior, which inevitably leads you to being a Nazi, like a fascist.
Okay. Okay, no, that's interesting. I think you're right there.
That's insane. No, I'm not right. What do you mean I'm right there?
Sorry, I was trying to agree with you with the social media thing. So
Yes.
the bragging of being fit, I think that only came with the way social media has grown. Before then, bragging about being fit I don't think it ever existed.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it did, but...
You've now got more areas to brag on or just to showcase. So is she saying it's exclusively bragging or showcasing? Because people can show what they...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She says
that... Does it come off as bragging? If you're sharing it,
if you're sharing it, you're bragging. And you're and will inevitably therefore become right wing. It's like it's the typical oversimplification that the people on the very, very far left do. They kind of say, here's a thing, I'm going to compare it to another thing, and now these two things are the same thing. Bragging is fascism, basically. Like, bragging about being fit is fascism. Yeah, like, that's how the Nazi party started. They all were getting really physically, like, buff, and then one day they thought, let's gas all the Jews.
Yeah.
That's an idea. Like, we're fit now.
We're fit now, yeah.
And these guys, let's kill them all.
So, in this woman's article... What did she conclude by saying, or what was the...
I don't know what of course, there is no real conclusion. Like, what does she want us to do?
So she's just probably getting people fired up. She's writing this article, not concluding it, leaving it open-ended, so guys like you and me get fucking pissed off now and talk about it, and probably keep it going. People are going to watch and say, no, that's not true. And then, so she's just causing fucking drama.
Yeah, but there's no point. It's because, do you know what it is? It's because journalism journalism has devolved into just opinions. Like, journalism isn't about like, well, here's the thing that happened, and let me tell you what happened. It's, here's an idea I have.
Yeah.
And my idea, because I'm someone who reads blogs on the internet, you know, whatever, that my idea means something. I mean, like the type of journalism that you get these days on the internet is so feeble. It is lowest common denominator shit. Like, it's really bottom of the barrel trash.
Everyone's doing it.
Because it's so easy. It's cheap. You don't have to go to journalism. You don't have to become an actual journalist.
No.
You just have to be some asshole basement dweller that neck beard, heavy breathing troglodyte that sits there. You know, Trump is.
You could be right. It's just opinionated, and that's what everyone's opinions, all in the same place, like Facebook or wherever it is. Turns into
the thing is, we live in a world now where everybody's opinion should be equal.
Yeah.
Like, no, it shouldn't. If you've got a stupid opinion, your opinion shouldn't be heard by people because it's stupid.
Yeah, and people's opinions are.
Look at our show. Look at this damn show. What do we know?
No,
we're just two idiots talking for no reason. Well, probably, you know what? This is probably bragging. The fact that we're shooting ourselves in my house thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But we're not doing it like, we're not bragging about it saying we got the best gear and we put it up green screen like legends, because we put it up with fucking wire attached to your cupboard.
Yeah, but if we can upgrade this one day, Nazi.
If people had to see the rest of your place, I'd be like, fuck, okay, these guys aren't bragging, they're fucking losers. Especially Andrew. You should see his kitchen. It's not that bad. I've seen worse.
Thanks. But anyway,
so to go back to this bragging about fitness thing.
Yeah.
What is the danger in that? What would that lead to?
There isn't. It's stupid. There is no danger.
No, not
the danger of bragging about fitness is that you're an asshole. That's where she could have concluded the article. People who brag about fitness are assholes.
And that's what we should have just wrapped up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Not will become Nazis. What?
Can you go back onto the land whale that was on Cosmo? Because, no, serious question, Cosmopolitan, I know about the magazine,
yes.
I've heard of it. What is the premise of the magazine? I'm just being honest.
The premise of Cosmopolitan magazine?
Is it a female empowerment magazine, or is it a glamour magazine?
I don't know.
Like, genuinely, I'm just honestly
curious. I've opened the Cosmo once in my life.
Okay.
I don't know I think it's supposed to be, it's female shit, and then every article's like how to have sex better.
Okay. No.
There was one.
We should get that.
It was
not us, but
there was one time in Cosmo that I read. Not in Cosmo, but I read like ridiculous things Cosmo has said, where they suggested that how women can please their man is by grabbing their penis with both hands and twisting in opposite directions.
Like a Chinese bangle.
Yes.
You just twist someone's dick like,
it's like, who wrote this?
Yeah. Well, who did? Did you?
No, I don't know. But this woman, this obese thing that was on the cover. See, this is the problem. Now, what I'm saying is turning, dehumanizing people by calling them man whales.
This is the fat acceptance thing. Is that what the relevant?
Yeah, this is it's okay. Like, on the cover of Cosmopolitan, they used to get such heat for putting like virtually anorexic women on the cover because it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
But this woman's gonna have, like, her toes are eventually gonna fall off. She's gonna be so diabetic. She's gonna have such necrotic tissue on her, like her fingers and toes are gonna literally rot off.
Yeah.
No jokes, because she's dying of diabetes. But this is now and by the way, nobody finds this attractive. Okay, there has to be something wrong with your brain, I think, to fetishize.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Fetishize? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, by somebody who can't walk through a door. Like, she can't actually walk straight through a door. That's how wide she is.
I mean, we've all seen those documentaries of like the fat woman in feeders or my 500.
Yeah, which is just those are for 500. But that's just a freak show. Like, we've banned freak shows, but it's okay to have it on the lifestyle channel because it's uplifting. But it's not. It's just a freak show.
Yeah, I mean, it's a freak show on TV. The second you take a woman and put her on a cover of a magazine, wait, let's stop, let's listen, let's acknowledge, let's embrace, kind of thing. You're like, well, no, you shouldn't, because you're embracing being unhealthy. I know this. A lot of people have spoken about this before, and it gets people's feathers ruffled up. But if you want to be chubby, it's fine. Be fat. I'm fat. I'm overweight. Like, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to die.
You're not overweight.
But when you get, like you said, your body fat percentage, your BMI index is like upwards of 50, 60. I don't know what she's on. It's dangerous. And you putting that on a cover with the intent to say it's fat acceptance is. Yeah, it's tricky because people are going to see that. Younger people are going to see it, younger ladies, younger boys even, and say, like, okay, I'm fat. I'm going to get fatter. Can everyone accept me for who I am?
They don't put people on cover with
because it's dangerous.
They don't say, hey, well, AIDS is a lifestyle that we could all live. I mean, you can't die. You're not going to die of AIDS like, you can control AIDS these days, right? Like you can have like ARVs and stuff. But you're not gonna have this idea where like getting AIDS, because being fucking obese is something you can actually not be. You can avoid this. The same way you can avoid getting AIDS. But like, can you imagine on the cover of Cosmo? Hey, this guy's giving AIDS away for free. Let's accept this. We should accept the AIDS lifestyle. It's like, what?
Yeah.
This is insane. It's mad. It's crazy.
So then a question about that magazine. Someone had to oversee that cover. The editor, the publisher, I'm not too sure, had to give that the tick of approval, saying, cool guys, we're going to put this on 20 million copies and put it out there. That person who okays that, what kind of influence have they had growing up leading to them being okay at that decision? Because they must also, you got to go into the psychology of that a bit and figure out the group of people, the women in charge of approving that as well. Do you think they also... hefty, are they trying to change the norm or something?
I think it's an interesting question, and I think it's pretty much something that it's like a theme that's going to run through probably this podcast forever. It's essentially postmodernism. Like, it's the idea that the sort of postmodern theorism, which is just another version of Marxism, but it's this idea that there is no meaning anymore. There is no right, there is no wrong. Everything is subjective and fluid, and you can have 72 genders, and you can, you can be a man, but you can also be a woman, and you can be obese, but you can also be healthy. It's like there's no right and wrong. Everything is this fluid mess, and so your sort of moral compass is so completely out of whack. You don't know what's right and what's wrong anymore in this kind of postmodern nightmare. And anybody who actually says, maybe putting huge obese people on the cover of your magazine is going to make people think that's actually okay. But it's not.
It's not.
It's really weird. And so that's the problem with postmodernism. Like, it makes people... You're
denying fact and truth and stuff.
Yeah, over people's feelings.
Over people's feelings. We're putting feelings before
facts.
Fact.
Big mistake. People don't do it.
Ever.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Maybe
sometimes.
Okay, so the other topic I wanted to chat to you about, this pisses me off a lot, and I guess also this podcast is going to turn into something where we bitch about everything.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to call out a radio station or a person about it, because everyone's doing it. They're listening to the radio, and they're going through the news, the crimes up, murder, rape. They're talking about the drought in Cape Town, all this crazy heavy shit that affects our country. Things around us, our people, our lifestyle. When they finish with that, then they kind of always put a little cherry on top, and they go into
and the cool news.
Beyonce's baby's name is, and people lose their shit. So the point I'm trying to get, and what I'd like to get your opinion on, is why the fuck are we having American celebrities' lives on the same level as our national problems and our government problems and this and sports and politics and racism and all the stuff that's going on in South Africa, which is very messy? Why then at the end of that you are willing to put a celebrity's new clothing line or Harry Potter's sunglasses auction on the same level of that? It's bullshit. It's stupid news. That you get that on Facebook, you get that on Instagram, you get that everywhere. Keep it off the fucking radio. We're there to listen to stuff that we need to know.
Are you listening to Jacaranda, Byron?
Stop listening to Jacaranda. So what are your thoughts on that? How often have you listened to the radio, you hear stuff that, cool, it affects me, it's my country, it's South Africa, it's the rand, it's this, it's oil, and then they top off with some celebrity bullshit?
I don't listen to the radio.
Okay.
I hate the radio.
Because of that reason. That's probably why you stopped listening.
Because it's fake news, man. Like the radio's become fake news, man.
So I feel like everything's fake news.
I'm gonna red pill you by the end of this fucking show. Like, the radio is fake news. Don't listen to the radio. It's just gonna make you angry. I get your point though. The fucking, like, can you like when Kanye West's kid Northwest? Like, at least that's funny. Yeah. The name.
It's funny.
It's named after like a compass point. That's funny. Yeah. Northwest. Yeah.
It's funny. No, it's funny. It's entertaining.
That's dumb.
And
but no,
serious about it.
But any celebrity news is it's terribly facile and awful. And I think it's probably because we don't value our own lives. I think it's this. I think that we think that somehow celebrities are better than us, or their lives are there's something that somehow must interest me about their personal lives. They're awful people. Like, in general, celebrities are awful human beings because they're. Like, can you imagine being the most spoiled? Can you imagine finding somebody who is like whose personality as a child was self-centered, self-serving, like extremely narcissistic, and then you make them famous. Okay, now they're all those things. That's how they got famous.
Yeah.
Now they're extremely famous and extremely rich, and everybody tells them how important they are. Now, can you imagine actually knowing that person in real life and how awful that must be? I mean, knowing someone like Kim Kardashian must be just the worst. Can you imagine if you grew up with someone like that and they become, and now, in any other circumstance, they'd be in jail probably because they would have killed someone because they're so narcissistic they don't care about other people.
Yeah.
But now instead they just become rich and famous. I mean, the level of narcissism, I mean, can you imagine if they do those personality tests? The guy marking it must be like, there must be some kind of error here. This isn't possible. This person can't be this evil. Like, this person can't be so bad. Now you actually have to talk to them. And as if any single thing in their lives is worth knowing about. There is nothing I want to know about a celebrity's life. Nothing. Unless they've killed someone. Then it's interesting. Then I want to know. Then it's interesting. But what their fucking favorite milkshake flavor is, or that they've got a cosmetics line, could not interest me any less.
And then she'll probably, if you're like Kim Kardashian, she'll probably refer to herself in the third person the entire time. Can you imagine
Kim thinks
that this quinoa salad, this dehydrated quinoa banana salad, I put them on my eyelids, and then when you're done, you eat it. No, it must be painful, but.
Is this what pisses you off about it, or is it something else?
No, it's the thing. The only thing that pisses me off about it is that it's become so regular and so okay, and all the radio stations are doing it. All the celebrities, not the celebrities, all the different presenters of age groups and the older guys, the younger guys. I first thought like you'll get it on like the 5FMs, the more younger, youthful channels. Like there, I kind of got it. You're talking about celebrity gossip. Now everyone's doing it. There's not a radio station that doesn't, when they're done talking about the news, top it off with, and in international news, some celebrity bullshit.
Yeah.
Sort your producer. I know he's doing it because he's obviously a fucking sellout, like everyone is. So he's like, it's okay, cool, man. You're talking about this, talk about that. There's crime stats. It's hectic. You know. There's 2 million murders.
Somebody was just raped to death. But
wait. Hold on. This just in. Jake Gyllenhaal sneezed, and they're auctioning off his tissue for $10,000. Wow. And then people just go and freak out. The problem I have is that it's becoming normal and it's becoming accepted, and it's already in motion. It's probably never going to happen. If it's something I could do about it, I would. But you know, I'll tweet them and say I don't like it. Stop, and I'll be like,
I just hate the idea that. So when I look at a celebrity, okay, so if is any celebrity I like, so I like David Mitchell, for instance. I think he's a funny comedian, or whatever, or fucking Jimmy Carr, whatever. I don't care what goes on in their personal lives at all. Like, I want to see them on TV be funny. That's it. And then I want to go off. Now you're going out of my life. Don't have to deal with you. I mean, I listen to Pink Floyd. I don't obsessively find out about their fucking life history and go, yes, I need to know more about Pink Floyd's life. The more I learn about Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, the more I hate Pink Floyd. Yeah. Like, because he's a complete asshole. Yeah. Like, Roger Waters is the biggest prick on earth. Like, he's into, like, that weird BDS thing. You know what BDS is? They're so, like, anti-Israel, not BDSM. But BDS.
No, explain. I don't think I do.
BDS stands for... I don't know what it stands for. It stands for... Essentially, they're anti-Israel. And they're pro-Palestine. And they want, like, the state of Israel to disappear, pretty much. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, Roger Waters, you wrote some good songs in the 70s and 80s. Could you just shut the fuck up about everything else that you have an opinion about, because your opinion is dumb? So could you make music, and then that's it. But you know what? This stuff is actually even more facile than that. Like, it's even more, it's like what they do, it's like what they have for breakfast. It's not even their opinions. They're not even sharing their opinions.
It's not opinions. It's just their day-to-day. It's their activities. It's walking the dog, putting on these jeans. And there's pictures and stuff that follows all of the...
Yeah, like, oh, look, here's Miley Cyrus without makeup, taking out the garbage. But why is your life so absolutely horrific, like horrible, that seeing a celebrity is like also a normal human being, does that make you feel better? Like, I think maybe that's it. It's like,
That's
oh,
the
wow,
problem,
maybe I
that-
shouldn't kill myself today. Yeah, I was going to absolutely
Yeah.
kill myself, but I see that Miley Cyrus also has bad days. Maybe I won't kill myself now.
I'm relieved now.
Thank goodness. Now I can, I suppose, be a secretary. For
Yeah,
the rest
and
of
then
the day.
they undetonate that bomb, they strap to their chest like, oh, now I don't have to go and blow up my whole office.
Yeah,
Miley Cyrus.
let me put this submachine gun away. I don't have to kill everybody I know now. I don't have to go shoot up a school because I see that my life also, because their life also has no
I
meaning.
once was lost, but now I'm woke. Was
Yeah.
that the thing? I'm woke.
Yeah.
And
So maybe that's it. Maybe people's lives are just really, really horrible, and they need to find out that other people's lives are horrible.
Yeah.
That's why that's why the only thing I like is celebrity murders. That's cool. Because then you're like, haha, look at you.
Yeah.
You used to be cool, but now you've killed people, so now you're a bad person.
Yeah.
You know? You know? And everybody loves to like moralize. You know, we worship these celebrities, but then when they do something bad, then we get on our high horse like nobody's business. Yes, let me give you my opinion on Oscar Pistorius. Oh, I'll tell you just how much I know.
Yeah, and we've all done bad shit in our life, like fucking.
Like murdered our
just get over
girlfriends.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, remember you killed what's her name?
Yeah, I killed her 4 times through the door. No problem. Like, we've all done stuff like that, so don't tweet about it.
Yeah, and expect us to give it down. So yeah, it was just that thing I thought I need some more vents about. I don't know how it will change and if it will change, but if everyone just keeps accepting and kind of rolling over and getting fucked up the arse about what we hear and say, because that's all it is.
But I don't
It's
understand
like-
why it
it's like
upsets you so much. You
it's
can
like
just
you-
turn it off. Like, you know, if it's coming at the end of the news, just turn the news off.
I'm always hoping it doesn't. That's the thing, because I'm still believing.
So you're an optimist.
So then I'll change from 702 to 5FM, and then change to Tux, then change back to
Like,
947
listen,
or whatever.
702 is cancer radio. Like, you can't listen to that.
No, but sometimes I got good
It's
music.
like straight out of the left wing.
No, I just like, it's just nice music.
What music? When?
Like they play some toppy, some old man songs.
Not anymore. It's like all soul shit.
Okay, listen.
now.
Fuck 72. You listen to LM Radio. That's
Yes.
quality. Can we? That's amazing.
Oh, you're listening to LM Radio?
No, every day at work. We
it's-
online. You just open up a tab, LM Radio. LM Radio.
You know what LM stands for? Lorenzo Marx.
Yes, and
they
I learned that the
broadcast-
hard way, dude. No, because I didn't know.
hard way?
I've been to Mozambique like 3 times
Right.
before, and I never knew the history of Lorenzo Marx. And I know it sounds embarrassing.
Oh, you
And then
need
I
to-
asked him, I'm like, LM, what does the LM stand for? And like everyone in the office was like, you're kidding, Lorenzo Marx. I was the only dickhead who didn't know that.
Yeah, they
For the
play.
people back home, can you tell us a bit about Lorenzo Marx? Who is? What did he do?
I don't know who he was.
Well, he was one of the people that founded the original city of Lorenzo Marx, which is now Maputo, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a
From
Portuguese colony.
Yeah. But LM Radio, wow.
Yeah, so
Such a
and
nice
funnily
radio
enough, LM Radio is on 702 now. They're on the same frequency. They're on 702 AM.
Oh,
Because
hefty.
it's on it's like there's an AM. Yeah,
I haven't tried to find it in my car.
Yeah, you can. It's
you
on
get it on your
it's
car?
on AM though, so it's
Okay.
shitty. But
Can you get that in a Range Rover?
at
A
least
Range
you'll
Rover?
know when lightning and the thunder is like storms are coming because LM picks up the static. AM picks up the static
Nice.
of like approaching thunder and
So
stuff.
that's more accurate than the weather forecast we hear on FM radio. If you
Yeah.
think about it.
So you don't have to listen to the cancer coming out of FM radio. You can just listen for the sound of thunder.
And then you're like, that's actual fact. I don't
Yeah.
listen to some guy going, it's going to rain today. Yeah, it might not. Yeah, I don't know where we're into that, but LM Radio, wow. If you guys haven't listened to it, it's honestly, they play such nice music. I always get into like a good mood, eh?
Yeah, but you know, you
just play
can
like-
just play like Google Music or Spotify. or
Yeah,
something,
you can.
know.
But then it's adverts.
On
adverts.
Google.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of YouTube. Apologies.
YouTube. No, but don't use YouTube. Use Google Music
No,
or use
Do you have to pay for that?
Google Play Music. Yes, you have to pay for it, but like then you don't have to listen to shitty ads. Or Spotify. Listen to some. Why are you punishing yourself? Like, why are you still?
No, I like listening
You know,
to
we live
stuff.
in a world where you don't have to actually listen to fucking ads, right?
You don't have to, but
So don't.
I'm not tuning into LM Radio to listen to adverts. You get the few there, but I sometimes just like hearing what they're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
that's okay, but fuck, you know.
I think it was-
I'll tell you what the worst is. At least LM Radio is an actual music radio station, not like fucking Jacaranda or Highveld, where you've got these pricks talking constantly their fucking witty banter. Like, if people tune into our fucking podcast, they're not going to expect music, are they? They're going to expect 2 assholes talking bullshit to each other.
And no product placement,
Yeah,
no
well,
advertising.
at least because we can't afford it. So, nobody wants to sponsor us. So, but maybe one day they'll
Yeah.
fucking sponsor. You know, whatever. Keep it on
That's a
the.
request.
But at least fucking, at least you know what to expect. But if you're on Jacaranda, what are these terrible fucking radio stations, you're hearing these insipid morons like this Martin Bester idiot, like talking as if his opinion matters, like as if he knows anything.
Yeah.
They don't know anything. They are so ill-informed, and then you hear these guys laughing and ruffling papers, and they're never close enough to the microphone because radio technique isn't necessary anymore.
Yeah,
because
it's out the window.
And they're all clowning around. It's like it's the sort of zoo thing they do in America where everybody there's this morning breakfast show that's crazy, and there's like 5 different voices, and it's every moron in the studio gets to chime in with their opinion at some point.
And then everyone else all like acknowledges them. It's like he has your shitty opinion, you get a pat in the back, like wow, cool, more shit. And then they're like, cool, well let's put it to the people there. What do you think of Kim Kardashian's baby's name?
That is even worse. Can I tell you what? So these days, journalism has been, like in the past, you had to study journalism, right? And then you could write, you go and find a thing about a fact or whatever the fuck, and then you write an article. And then it became now opinions. Now they're not even writing their own opinions. They just are writing other people's opinions. Like, have you seen these fucking news articles where it's just people's Twitter fucking comments? It's like, what? South Africa reacts to Trump's tweet. And it's just other tweets equally stupid in a fucking like 30 tweets of idiots like saying Trump sucks or South Africa is good, America is bad, and it's like wow. And
then that gets likes and comments.
It's like
off you go.
And it's like wow, journalism really is easy. You just copy and paste other people's content, and then pass that off as actual news.
And if the comments on there go good, you take credit. If they go bad, wasn't mine. It's someone else's tweet. You can distance yourself. So it's lazy, it's sloppy, it's ineffective, and it causes too much drama. It causes guys like you to go, duh, when you're looking at it.
That's why I'm not on Twitter at all.
At all.
Not at fucking all.
Because Facebook pisses you off enough.
Facebook pisses me off way too much. I'm only on Facebook for my cool right-wing news. Like that's it. And funny memes. That's it. And Reddit, same memes.
And
that's it.
And not 9gag. Have you done Reddit?
Never. I've never been on 9gag.
Well, get on 9gag.
It's for normies, man.
No, man, it's really cool.
9gag is for normies.
Just get it for today so you can see the Bob and Vijay thing. Then you can.
No, I just.
They've got a food section.
Look, all you need. Listen, guys out there. Delete Twitter. Delete it. Twitter. Delete it. Delete Instagram. It's stupid. Delete Facebook. Don't need it. Just get Reddit and subscribe to the Donald, pretty much. That's fine.
Just keep Instagram with the blatant stuff that I'll post.
And also
social media, I will. So it's fine.
I hate it.
Yeah. Just like us and then delete it. And hopefully love Blatant and then delete it.
And then delete your account.
And delete your account. Just free yourself of. Just delete Wi-Fi. Fucking throw your computer away.
Go live in your garden.
Go back to our primitive state and just shit in the garden. Hang out with your dogs. Eat berries. I feel like that sometimes would be the way we need to go to fix all this, to unfuck everything that's happened ever.
Until your internet stops working, I can guarantee you think that until you can't use Wi-Fi.
No, but if it's not just me not using, if
my Wi-Fi goes out, I'll lose my mind. That's what happened this morning.
It was out this morning.
Why do you think do you think I'm such a mess? Why do you think I'm so fucked?
As soon as
my Wi-Fi's out.
Yeah.
When you leave, I'm phoning.
You'd be like this.
No, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with my time? I'm gonna sit.
Do you not have any porn mags? You don't know about the magazines, huh?
What?
Preposterous.
Do you? No, of course not. Who has porn magazines?
I'm good, like one.
What? Like is it like your backup?
Yeah.
In case
it's in a break glass in case of emergency.
In case of load shedding, like break glass.
It's in a casket on the wall. There's a little hammer. And it's there.
Yeah, because your imagination is so destroyed that you can't like think of things that you want.
I was thinking about
it's so destroyed by the internet that you have to. I can't masturbate because I can't see I can't see anything.
You want to have a nice clean masturbation, think of a pretty girl, and then like aliens and monsters. You're like, no. Yeah, you can't help but get sick. You think of the Cosmopolitan, and that girl pops in there. You're like, no, should I? Yes. Why am I enjoying this? This is too good. And then
we haven't. Yeah, because our imaginations have all but been erased by years of internet pornography.
Yeah, and fake news and so having, I don't know about you guys back home. Maybe you can share in this. You can't have a normal little tug anymore. It's going to be weird and it's beyond your control because of all the stuff that's been planted in the back of your head and all the subliminal advertising, even the not so subliminal. Normal.
I'm just constantly thinking of Coca-Cola and Nike though.
Yeah. So when you're having wank, you're thinking of Coca-Cola bottle and it grows arms and a head. It's like, hi, Andrew.
Yeah, that's
Coca-Cola.
all. And so
and then
that's all. That's the only way.
It's you and 2 billion other people. Yeah. We're just admitting it. I think I've just got the balls to admit it that it's all three balls, all three testicles.
2 billion other people. What about the world's got 7 billion
No,
people?
we're not all sick. Just the 2 billion. The other 5 billion are busy.
Listening to Jacaranda.
Listening to Jacaranda. Imagine that 5 billion viewers of Jacaranda, and everyone listened to that shit, and oh my gosh, that'd be painful. So in conclusion of today's episode of Blatant, I know we went over some pretty interesting stuff.
Yes, very interesting topics.
What I realized is a lot of the stuff that's pissing us off is all the stuff that coming out of America and the typical becoming Americanized, because that's the stuff that I find that's irritating me.
Yeah.
It's the ball's way in motion. We're not going to stop it. There's pros and cons. There's a lot more cons than pros. I don't mind. You know, like we got some cool stuff out of it.
Yeah, like everything, like the internet.
Everything. But you get the bad stuff as well, like Krispy Kreme. Don't go boycott Krispy Kreme.
Jeez, Krispy
Have you been to Krispy Kreme?
Awful.
I still haven't been there because I'm trying to be. It's the one thing I think I've had Starbucks. My bad.
Why don't you like Krispy Kreme?
No, dude, it's not the fact. Everyone likes a good donut. Hey, let's be honest.
But their donuts aren't good, dude.
They're not. It's sugar. It's sugar glazed sugar with sugar and sugar. But it's also the fact of if we keep allowing every single little dinky American fast food chain to come in here, we're gonna look like Americans.
So?
We're halfway there,
No.
and then we're gonna.
Globalization is bad, is it?
Well, it depends whose trend you're following, because globalization, someone's got to set the trend of globalization.
Would you prefer like all the fast food chains from like Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I want some spicy food or something. Like, what's the biggest fast food chain in like Sri Lanka, for example? I'd love it if they came here, because that is delicious food.
Well, if they had the buying power, they would.
Yeah,
And if the demand was there,
it's only America. Which we got a house party as well, by the way, coming up. So
yeah.
cool. Shout out to the birthday girl. You know who you are. I don't want to incorporate you on this because it might not be good for you. But have you decided what you're going as yet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear my "Make America Great Again" hat.
Wear a suit. Just go as Trump. Wear the suit and the cap, please.
Yeah,
please.
I'm fat enough to be Trump.
Yeah.
Now, so.
And I'm gonna go as Caitlyn Jenner. Or,
just a guy in a dress.
Yeah.